Detroit, Michigan. Motown is the setting for the Hornets. Marvin Williams has been here before. The veteran forward still knows how to fill it up for his team. They will rely on him tonight as they game plan for the task ahead at Little Caesars Arena. Hornets, Pistons, coming right up.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, tonight's broadcast will feature the Charlotte Hornets as they take the floor against the Detroit Pistons. Looking at the Pistons, they're 6th in the Eastern Conference and still trying to make that next step forward, trying to finish in better shape than they did last season. And in this one, Blake Griffin suiting up. Early in his career, a prolific dunker. But Kenny, as the years go by, he relies more and more on his skill.
Yeah, he's always been a good passer, and I like that part of his game. But now he's able to grab a rebound and rip and run.
And to add on to what you're saying, Kenny, as the league has evolved, he's evolved with it, more comfortable from the range now, and really understand where to pick the spot. But I want to see some more dunks. Forget those jumpers.
Are you guys cool?
No,
okay.
No.
No, I'm hot, actually.
Because you seem to be having a disagreement with Kenny.
Yeah, because he owes me some money.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll pay you later.
Game's about to start.
I want it now.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Drummond.
And in the last 5 games, he's made a bunch of hustle plays on the glass more than anywhere else. His rebounding totals in these games shows a dramatic increase from his numbers during the rest of the season.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, for all of the star power Blake Griffin had when he was in Los Angeles, it was tough for him to be the leader of the Clippers. There were bigger voices in the locker room, such as CP3 and Doc Rivers. But Pistons coach Dwayne Casey said, in Detroit, he's definitely the leader. When he speaks, everybody listens. This is his team. Kevin?
Yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you. Smitty, as a player, when it comes to preparing for a long season, talk about the advantages of the new strength and conditioning programs we read so much about.
You know, for me, Kevin, when I first started out, it was all about just getting stronger, lifting weights. I think right now for these guys, they're doing a great job of adding that and also recovery. What do you do for recovery, being able to play the next game? I would love to see the technology that they have. Wish I could use it, Kevin, because all I did was run and get me a fish fillet, and I was ready to go.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Rozier and Monk, they're the backcourt. Bridges out there with Hernan Gomez, and it's Zeller in at the 5. And for the Pistons, on the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Then there's Doumbouya, and it's Rose, and it's Galloway in at the 2 spot. Now here's Drummond in the air. Dishes to Griffin. Pass to Galloway. Pistons passing it around. 6 on the shot clock. That's tipped. Here's Drummond. Detroit, no good that time either.
4 shots, 4 misses, and you can sense a certain frustration building.
Rozier looking around. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Andre Drummond picks one up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier, plays the game with Greg, I think a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
The first one falls.
Well, the Pistons, one of the more successful franchises in NBA history. 3 titles and many other trips to the NBA Finals. Only a handful of franchises can say that.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Smitty, you were talking about the Pistons, a history of success, of championships. But the last 10 years have been difficult.
Pistons have struggled the last decade. You're so right, Kevin. But this team has a track record of not staying down for long. Detroit doing what they can to return to championship contention.
Here's Rozier after the made shot from Andre Drummond. Back to Rozier. To the wing on the left. Here's Monk. No good there. Nice D from Griffin. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Galloway. Drummond passes to Griffin. Oh, that's blocked. From 11 feet away, the shot by Monk is no good. Now the pass to Griffin. Over Hernangomez. And Griffin scores. The assist by Doumbouya.
I like this about Blake Griffin. Puts constant pressure on the defense. Plays a very physical game.
And here is Rozier. He's coming off a 28-point game against Detroit.
You can't forget about how great he was at forcing contact and getting to the line. He racked up a lot of easy points at the line that way.
Now, here's Monk. And that one hits back iron. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Griffin's shot is off.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
Now, here's Monk. He's guarded closely. Zeller dishes to Monk. Rozier for 3. Rebounded by the Pistons. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
They forced the issue and made the defense hack them to death last game. I'm sure they'll try to mirror that same attack in this one.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first.
And, boy, what a year it was for Derrick Rose. And the sea of fans hoping that he would get back to what he once was, as he was electric.
Hornets trail by 4. Now, here's Rozier. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Bridges passes to Monk. Trying to end the drought. No good on that one. And it's Detroit the other way. And for Rose, so many had written him off, but he was a huge factor for the Timberwolves.
Rose still has a tremendous passion for the game, and it really shows on the court. His renaissance last season was one of the better stories in our league. They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Monk. Doumbouya pulls it in.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
And it also shows you how difficult this game is. He's just a little bit off, but it can result in missing everything.
And here are the Hornets now, following the bucket by the Pistons. Pass to Bridges. And it's sent back by Drummond.
I feel like Drummond saw that one coming all the way. Great anticipation.
Pistons leading by 4. Left side Rose. Knocked away. Rozier with the steal. Deflects the pass. Monk kicks to Rozier. It's a nice pass in here by Charlotte. Zeller dishes to Bridges. And it's sent back by Drummond. The Hornets shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
This season, in general, has not been kind to them at the free throw line. Only about 71%.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line. And it's Rose with the ball for the Pistons. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
They knew that the arena would be rocking. And if they could execute well on the offensive end, they knew they could quiet down this hostile crowd.
And here is Rozier, following the three-pointer by Derrick Rose.
And now we get a moment to see the numbers for Drummond. 3rd in rebounding, 4th in field goal percentage, and he's also ranked in the top 10 in blocks per game. No trespassing when he's in the lane.
And as you said, one of the league's top 3 rebounders. He has an instinct for how the shot's going to come off that rim. That's special. And the want-to corral it. Both shots good from the stripe. Pistons leading by 4. Outside Rose. Pass to Griffin. For the 3. Gomez grabs the miss. Gomez has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
And solid at just cutting through the defense. Give Bridges a lane, and he'll make you pay.
Detroit's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Down low, and Drummond throws it down.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Charlotte calls timeout. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Yeah, what we saw in that game and what you see around the league is a questionable dependency on the triple.
You know, if you're cold from range, there are other ways to score. You can post up, dribble drive, get out in transition.
Charlotte making a switch here. Graham's checked in. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You take a look at the Pistons. They're 6th best right now, looking to make a move up in the standings. And, of course, Charlotte. They're much further down in the standings right now.
And I think for the Pistons, they've got to be thrilled with the way this season has started for them. They've already got some big wins under their belt and definitely a confidence booster.
And that's what they needed early on. Some performances that proved to themselves and everyone else that they have the talent to compete with any team in the league.
Pistons leading by 4. Here's Doumbouya. Off target from outside. Graham, the pass to Bridges. It doesn't go for him. The Pistons go the other way with it from 10 feet out. Goes back up. Gomez kicks to Graham. Ball's knocked loose, and that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. For the Pistons, Markieff Morris comes in for Drummond, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Derrick Rose. From deep, Gomez. That one, no good. And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That's his first foul. Kennard, he's checked in for Detroit. And it's Detroit's ball. They lead by 4. Jackson looking around. Here's Galloway. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Charlotte. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. Pistons keep it alive. And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1 3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
Free throw drops for Griffin.
People wondered how happy Blake Griffin would be after being traded from LA to Detroit a few years back. He has completely embraced the city, and Motown loves him back as well, quickly becoming a fan favorite.
Tony Snell's checked in for Langston Galloway.
You know, thinking back, Chauncey Billups once said Griffin might be too nice of a guy, yet he's a league leader in technicals almost every season.
Inside, here's Rozier. Reggie Jackson with the rebound. And with Griffin, he's also embraced Detroit's situation, trying to build a contender.
Griffin said he feels like he's a part of building something special here in Detroit. You have to admire how quickly Blake has gone all in for the Pistons franchise. Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Detroit leading by 4. Outside Jackson. Passes to Kennard. Over to the wing. Right side Griffin. Over Zeller. Misses off the left iron.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better.
Christian Woods checked in for Blake Griffin. And, well, Detroit shooting a lowly 30% to start this game out. And stolen by Graham. Now, here's Bridges. He's guarded closely. Here's Hernan Gomez. Rebounded by the Pistons. Here's Kennard. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Zeller with the double team. Kennard, the pass to Wood. Here's Snell, defended by Bridges. Snell, that's good.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
Here's Graham. Nails the 16-footer. Pistons leading by 4. And there's the pass to Morris. Back to Jackson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
Here's Rozier, and the layup's good off the glass. Rozier's got 8 points.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And the Pistons with possession here. Outside Jackson. Kennard kicks to Snell. Here's Wood. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Just 4 to shoot. Crafty move. Jackson misses.
It just seemed like they were out of sync and waited way too long.
Here's Graham. And the layup falls. Now just a 2-point Piston lead.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
So it's the Pistons now. Outside Jackson. 1:49 left in the first quarter. Fires from deep. Jackson can't get that one to fall.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
And the basket by Rozier. Detroit with the ball. Jackson passes to Kennard. Morris outside. Outside Jackson. 5 on the clock. Wood kicks to Jackson. This one for 3. Again, the miss by Jackson.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Hernan Gomez, no good.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
Here's Snell. Sinks that one from the post. Snell's got his second basket of the night.
They're getting him shots in his spots. That's understanding your personnel.
Here's Graham. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's his first trip to the line.
And taking a look back at last year's numbers, he's about a 76% shooter.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Biyombo, he's checked in for Cody Zeller. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Hernan Gomez. Williams, he's checked in for Bridges. And it's Batum in for Terry Rozier. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Well, a new start in Detroit for Dwayne Casey. Led the team to the playoffs in his first season. Seems to be a great match between the team and their coach.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Morris looking over the floor. He kicks to Snell. From deep. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist. One-on-one fast break. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Yeah, still possessing the athleticism. Williams is sensational at finding ways to throw it down.
We've got more in store for you right after this. Andre Drummond says he's learned how to be a leader on this team.
Watching previous guys who've led this team and did the things that they did, I write that kind of stuff in the back of my head and just say, this is something I need to do this. Or if I see something I didn't like, this is something I probably will stay away from. And I think now that I'm in a role where I could kind of lead this team, I kind of have the blueprint on what I need to do to make this team successful.
And, Greg, with Blake Griffin, he's got somebody to take some of that leadership role alongside him.
And those two will be pivotal in deciding just how good this team can be.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter, we've got Williams. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Michael Kidd Gilchrist. Then there's Batum, and it's Graham in at the 1. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. And the Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
We sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much. The first free throw is good. So many NBA players now have their talented children playing in the NBA or in college and will soon be in the NBA. Smitty, whose kids stand out to you as potential superstars?
Hey, Kevin, Dale Curry, for sure.
No way. Okay, I could have gotten that one. Steph Curry. Who else, though? Who else catches your eye?
I think up and coming, LeBron's kid, Shaq's son, D. Wade's, and that's what you love. You see a lot of these guys, and it's great for me. I remember when they were little, Kevin, and now seeing them win in championships, being able to play on that stage is unbelievable.
Feeds to Williams. Pass to Biyombo. And it's sent back by Morris. They retain possession. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That is his first foul of the game. Malik Monk, he's checked in for the Hornets. The Pistons on offense. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
Monk, the pass to Batum. Now Williams. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Here's Monk. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And was last season really the first full season we got to see of Malik Monk? Was given a sizable part of the rotation and showed why he was a lottery pick for this team.
During most of his rookie season, Monk was relegated to the bench.
Not sure if it was development or opportunity. Hard to say for Monk. Fact is, you can see the knack for scoring he has, even if he's a bit of a volume scorer at this point.
And the first one drops.
There's a quiet confidence that Monk seems to play with. You can see he just feels like nobody can guard it. Kid just plays with an edge.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Andre Drummond's checked in for Wood. Doumbouya comes in for Tony Snell. And it's Rose in for Kennard. He hits both from the stripe.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Rose kicks to Jackson. Morris outside. Rose in the post. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist, and he converts the layup. Rose has got 5 points so far.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
To the paint. Can't hit that one. Good D by Drummond. Here's Jackson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Monk.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
Drummond dishes to Jackson. Shoots the 3. Detroit, no good that time either.
Oh, man, he hasn't had the rhythm tonight. Tried to make up for it there, but it just wasn't meant to be.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Well, Greg, this is the 15th season for the veteran Marvin Williams, former number 2 overall pick back in 2005.
And even though he has never been an all-star, Williams has always been a contributor to teams. Still can give you good rebounding and scoring in a variety of roles.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Griffin comes in for Morris, and Langston Galloway subbed in for Jackson. Outside for Batum. And it's ready for teams that tend to go deep into the playoffs year after year, season after season. It takes, I'm assuming, a mental toll as well as a physical toll.
It does, and that mental toll is just as hard as that physical toll on your body and your mind. And I think for teams that have great leadership and development of those young guys that can play some of those minutes, they usually bowl well.
Free throw good, Nicholas Batum.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
That one is no good.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
All this means is he has to be careful. Don't want to pick up a cheapie and get sent to the bench with 3 fouls.
From 12 feet out. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Griffin against Batum. There's the dish to Biyombo. Back to Batum. Shoots over Griffin. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Nicholas Batum. Averaging 9 points per game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
He understands his role. He accepts it. He's one of those guys who doesn't need the ball to be effective.
Rose with the ball. He had 19 points in the win against Charlotte. Pass to Doumbouya. Passes it to Griffin. Clock at 6. Here's Rose. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Rose has got 7 points.
Great look by Blake Griffin. When your foreman has that ability to pass the basketball, it's a major advantage.
And here is Monk. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Yep, that one goes in there.
I like this. I really do. He recognizes the mismatch, simply rises up and fires.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. Rose looking around. And Drummond kicks to Doumbouya. Back to Drummond. 5 to shoot. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. They get it back. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Trailing by 2, and following this game they hit the road to challenge the Bucks in Milwaukee. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Here is Rose. He has 7.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. First one falls for him.
Derrick Rose, the former Memphis Tiger, has a great combination of speed and athleticism.
Both free throws good from Rose.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Now, here's Monk. He's covered by Rose. Monk, the pass to Biyombo. And it's sent back by Drummond. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Pistons have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
And he makes the first.
I love this. Andre Drummond has gone on record saying he is one of the last true centers in the league. Hard to argue with that statement, given how Drummond has played.
Outside Griffin. Back to Galloway. Lobbed up there for Drummond. The shot, no good. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. Rebounding and defense, Drummond provides, Smitty, feels similar to an old school center.
Yeah, it does. Drummond is still very effective, even without having an outside shot. But he's gotten better at that. Most centers now can shoot threes, but Drummond is happy to stick to what he does best.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Now here's Rose. 9 points in the game so far. And the pass to Drummond. Looking to end his cold spell. He feeds it to Griffin. Biyombo with the block. Right side, Kid Gilchrist. He dishes it to Batum. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Shoots from 14. Here's Drummond. Chalk up 2 there. Drummond's got 8 points.
Drummond is very active on the offensive glass. This is where he can pile up a lot of points.
Now, here's Monk. He's covered by Rose. Biyombo kicks to Monk. Shot clock at 6. Batum inside the three-point line, and the wing jumper offline. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. And some changes here for the Hornets. Zeller comes in for Biyombo. And it's Rozier in for Nicholas Batum. Drummond passes to Doumbouya. Pistons keep it alive. Galloway with the bucket. Now it's a 3-point Detroit lead.
Langston Galloway maneuvering himself around the painted area.
And the Hornets call time here. Well, Langston Galloway not the most efficient scorer, but he'll eat minutes for you.
Yeah, Galloway not a player you want taking a ton of shots overall, but he can hit from outside if you give him a look. That's really his best shot.
And the Pistons making a change here. Kennard's checked in. Charlotte making a switch here. Hornets trail by 3. Here's Rozier. He's got 10. Zeller, good on the baseline J. Zeller's got his second basket.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Rozier with the steal. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Pistons shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Here's Rose. Drummond in the post. He's against Zeller, and he gets it to go. And that's now 10 points for Andre Drummond.
High percentage look for Drummond. He's developed a number of go-to moves in there.
Pass to Rozier. And here is Zeller. Six to shoot. Up top, Graham. Williams for three. Rebounded by the Pistons. Griffin's got 6 rebounds in the game. And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And Steve, some classic shoe brands making a return to the NBA with updated versions. Smitty, what was your sneaker of choice back in the day?
Kevin, that's funny. I started off with the pumps, the double pumps, and then I ended up with a shell toe low top. And then now you see all the youngsters now wearing low tops. They used to tell me back in the day, low tops were not good for your ankles. But I didn't really jump that high, so I was okay.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Christian Woods checked in for Drummond. Tony Snell comes in for Langston Galloway. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rose. The Hornets have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter. Just under 50% shooting. Pass to Hernan Gomez. The feed now to Graham. Zeller trying to free himself up. Graham with the bucket. Graham's got it all tied up now for the Hornets. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Detroit. Here's Griffin. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
When you put a smaller player on Blake, he has the ability to drive it, draw contact, and get to the free throw line.
The Pistons have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. First free throw is good.
And just doing a much better job of getting to the line this quarter than he did in the first.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. For Charlotte, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter, a nice efficient 50%. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Now Jackson. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line, really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels.
And with Reggie Jackson at the point, you're going to get more of a score than a playmaker.
And that's okay, as long as you plan for that with your system. Reggie Jackson is great at creating for himself, but you like to see him do a little bit more to set up the rest of his team.
That's good from Jackson.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
Markieff Morris is checked in for Detroit. And so Jackson nails both of them.
You know, he was the 24th pick in 2011. I think it's safe for us to say Jackson's outplayed that draft slot.
Rozier kicks to Hernan Gomez. Williams from outside connects from three-point range. Williams has got the lead up to 2 now for Charlotte.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you could just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Detroit's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. But Casey has found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." And that's what I've done. So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. Williams with the block, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Bridges, he's checked in for Williams. Outside Jackson. The Pistons working the ball around now. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Morris. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Hernan Gomez has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
That's what a star talent does. If Bridges wants to fulfill his potential, he's got to attack. Use that quick first step.
The Pistons trail it. Outside Jackson. To the inside. Here's Wood. Hernan Gomez covering. Oh, and he misses the dunk. Here's Graham. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4. Two for one opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Here's Jackson. Got a hand on it.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
For 3, Bridges. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 6 rebounds in the game. Right side Jackson. One second left. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's Charlotte. They lead by 4. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. The game was always within a fairly narrow margin, with their largest deficit of the period being 6. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
Well, their ball movement was phenomenal. Now, they're in good position to win this game, large in part because of those assists. And this is the thing, Ernie. When you win as a team, you feel better about everything that happens.
And, Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Well, they're definitely struggling with their offensive efficiency. Anytime you're shooting in the low 30s from the floor, you're not going to put yourself in a position to win. They look too predictable right now. They need to do a better job of adjusting to what they're seeing from the defense.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Nice game. Great performance by Terry Rozier.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Hornets leading by 4. Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And Detroit looking at who they've got. On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Then it's Rose. Then there's Doumbouya. And it's Callaway in at the 2-guard spot. The Pistons shooting just 31% in the game. Rose passes to Drummond. This is to Griffin.
And a quick check of the stats for Rozier. How his last 10 games have gone. Averaging about 18 points per, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Because he gives you someone to build your offense around. You can count on his nightly production.
A free throw drops for Griffin.
And, you know, he may finally be rounding into form after what's been a tough game for him at the line prior to this trip.
Griffin hits them both. Rozier with the ball. Kicks it to Monk. Passes it to Bridges. Back to Monk. A floater. Doumbouya pulls it in. Doumbouya's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. To the paint. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Drummond is doubled. Poked away. 6 on the shot clock. And he comes up with the deuce. Drummond's got 12 points in the game.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Inside. A fast break now for Charlotte. Stolen by Rose. The dish now to Galloway. Here's Doumbouya. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. This is his first free throw of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Over a minute and a half into the 3rd quarter of action. Now, here's Monk. Tight defense on him. Rozier against Rose. Back to Monk. 3-pointer. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got his 4th assist in this one.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. We always talk about getting good looks. Here's who's doing the best of it in the NBA. Andre Drummond 4th.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate.
Rose against Rozier. The pass to Hernan Gomez. Good on the shot. And now a 6-point Charlotte lead.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the 3rd. Outside Rose. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Cody Zeller.
Derrick Rose has a skill of getting fouled, drawing the defense, and loving the contact.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And he has grooved his stroke at the line this season and been able to maintain it with an average of 90%.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Hornets leading by 4. Rozier with the ball. And Rose picks him up defensively. Rozier the pass to Hernan Gomez. Back to Rozier. In the corner, it's Bridges. Shot clock at 6. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got his 6th assist on the night. And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Pistons. Pass to Doumbouya. He dishes it to Griffin. Drummond. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Knocks it loose. Rozier the pass to Zeller. Can't connect from short range. Pistons trail by 5. Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
That one is off.
You know, what I love about Bridges is just the all-around game. He scores, rebounds, passes, and defends well, too. Just an exciting young prospect.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Biyombo is checked in for Cody Zeller. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Hernan Gomez. And it's Batum in for Terry Rozier. And the second free throw, good. Pistons have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Batum with the ball, and Rose picks him up defensively.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Down low. Now, here's Monk. He's tightly guarded, and then Monk with the dunk.
And it's just easy to love the energy with which Monk plays. Whenever he's close to the rim, he is looking to make a statement.
Pistons trail by 10. Outside Rose, and they call an illegal screen here.
This could be a problem. That's his 4th foul with plenty of basketball left to play.
And here's Charlotte. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Monk kicks to Bridges. And here is Monk. He has 7. Feeds it to Kidd-Gilchrist. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. This is his first trip to the line tonight. The first one falls. Charlotte making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And he can't hit the second. Steve, it seems like criticism of NBA officials is reaching a very interesting level. We see players, coaches, and now even executives confronting these officials over their calls.
You know, I know we love the word transparency, but I think also for these referees, because of technology as well, we're seeing these players from so many different angles. And all we want to talk about, if we're coaches and executives and players, are the plays they miss. And I think that's what we're, putting too much energy in.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Griffin. Both free throws good from Griffin.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Now, here's Monk. He's got 7. Pass to Batum. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Andre Drummond picks one up. And the first one drops. Jackson, he's checked in for Rose. And so he makes both from the line. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Detroit Pistons. 11-point game. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin was pointing his finger to throw it up way high, and he went, got it, and dunked it home.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
And let's take a look now at Blake Griffin's numbers. Just an incredible month of basketball. He's getting around 20 points per, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
You know what? It's part effort, part instincts. You see teams trying to keep a body or two on him, but that's easier said than done.
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. Charlotte making a switch here. Graham's checked in, and that one misses. Batum attacking, and Batum throws it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
Here's Jackson. He's got 7. Looking to get it going, and he sinks the layup. Jackson's got 9.
I mean, taking what the defense allows, Reggie can run the pick and roll in a variety of ways.
Here's Graham, guarded by Jackson. Passes it to Kid Gilchrist. To the middle. Clock at 6. Biyombo down low, defended by Drummond. Biyombo, no luck. Pistons trail by 7. To the left wing. Here's Callaway. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Griffin's got his 3rd assist on the night. Charlotte's gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. Graham surveying the floor. The pass to Batum. Rebounded by the Pistons. Drummond's for Detroit. They've gone 6 of 10 from the field in the 3rd quarter. Now, here's Doumbouya. Graham defending. The offensive rebound. Biyombo with the block. Outside, Batum. Off on the layup. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Doumbouya gets a wide open look. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Doumbouya's got 6 points in the quarter.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Graham kicks to Biyombo. On the wing, Batum. 13 points in the game. Here's Graham. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Here's Doumbouya. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Charlotte in the lead. Graham, the pass to Biyombo. And the dunk by Biyombo.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And now the first timeout called here for Detroit.
And they've been very loose with the ball here. They haven't been as patient, forcing things a bit, which has led to turnovers. They need to just slow down and relax.
And a different look here for the Pistons. Markieff Morris is checked in for Drummond. Christian Wood comes in for Blake Griffin. Tony Snell's checked in for Doumbouya. And it's Luke Kennard in for Langston Galloway. The Hornets also with a sub. Rozier, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking coming up for the Charlotte Hornets. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on Monday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run. Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Pistons trail by 6. Here's Kennard. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. There's Jackson with the 3. It's Biyombo with the rebound. Charlotte has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Rozier. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. And it's an 8-point Charlotte lead.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Here's Kennard. Rozier defending. Here's Kennard. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Lets it go from the wing. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. In fourth, the Pistons.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the athletes to run the break all game long, so that's their edge. They're always looking to take advantage.
Now Graham, 10 points for him. To the right side. Rozier with the ball. Good work defensively by Morris.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
And I just love the skill set that Markieff Morris has, Greg, at that forward position.
He really is a do-it-all type of forward for this team. Can step outside and shoot, but has no problem guarding anyone on the front line of the opposition.
Pass to Rozier. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the third. And it's Graham missing.
Missed opportunity. It's a makeable shot for him. He just can't get it to go.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
The first free throw is good.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
Both good from the line that time. .141 left to play in the third. Pass to Biyombo. He kicks it to Graham. Shot clock at 6. Over Jackson. And it's Graham missing. Pistons trail by 4. Teardrop shot. Williams with the block. Here's Rozier. Looks good. Is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And 1:01 left in the third. Jackson passes to Kennard. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. They've led by as many as 11 points. Stolen away. And now the Pistons, fast break. Jackson's got the ball. Kennard, the pass to Jackson. And it's denied. And he's able to get it back.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
Here's Rozier. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
27 seconds left to play in the third. Outside Jackson, on the wing, Morris. Three-pointers, Snell. Rebound by Williams. Graham with the ball. Jackson on him. Reggie Jackson with the rebound. Snell from outside. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. Back right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
So many good point guards in this league. So much responsibility comes with that position. That was a smart play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Pistons. Trailing here by 8. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Rozier and Monk, they're the backcourt. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Cody Zeller. And it's Bridges in at the 3 slot. Here's Biyombo. In the corner, it's Monk. For 3, Bridges. And it's the Hornets, another 3.
Just a proven threat from beyond, and Bridges has a good feel for when to fire him from there.
Passes it to Kennard. Back to Rose. Up top, Morris. He's covered by Zeller. Morris against Zeller. Morris, no good. Hornets leading by 11. Rozier kicks to Bridges. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Kennard. The Hornets pull it in. Zeller's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Monk. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Hornets lead by 13.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
For Detroit, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
The pass to Kennard. Shot clock at 5. The 3. The shot, no good. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. And here is Bridges. Here's Biyombo. Morris with the rebound.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
Rose gets the bucket.
The playmaking of Reggie, a work in progress, but looking good right there.
Hornets leading by 11. Rozier, the pass to Biyombo. And the dunk by Biyombo.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. A different look here for Detroit. Drummond's checked in for Morris. Blake Griffin comes in for Christian Wood. And Dumboya is subbed in for Luke Kennard. The free throw drops for Biyombo. Pistons trail by 14. Outside Rose. Pass to Jackson. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
This is what we talk about, value in each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
And the Pistons making a change here. Galloway is checked in. The Hornets also with a sub. Hernangomez is checked in. Pass to Griffin. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
When you think of low post scorers, you got to put Griffin down there. Yes, he likes to face up, but with his back to the basket, he's pretty good as well, drawing fouls.
The free throw drops for Griffin. So he gets them both. And so here's Charlotte. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Charlotte moving the ball around. Hernangomez kicks to Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. Monk for 3. Detroit with the rebound.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
Toomboya can't get it to go. Charlotte leading by 12. And then Monk with the dunk.
And how committed is Monk there on the attack to the rim? When he puts it on the deck, he's looking to take it all the way.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Rose passes to Galloway. Tipped away. To the wing right side. Inside. And then Griffin with the dunk.
He's doing what he can do to pull them closer, but it's not enough. He needs more help.
Here's Bridges. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got his 8th assist in the game. Now here's Rose. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Good on the second free throw. Here's Rozier. Rose with the double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Pistons with possession here. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Detroit Pistons. It's a 13-point game. Over Rozier. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Monk. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. First free throw is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Pistons trail by 15. Out to the wing. Here's Galloway. That three off the mark. Charlotte's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And it's in there. Rozier's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he's doing it by getting to his spots and making big shots.
Rose passes to Griffin. Back to Rose. 5 on the clock. 14 feet away. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Passes it to Monk and stolen by Drummond. One-on-one fast break. Here's Doumbouya. Rose dishes to Doumbouya. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
You know what it is, a lack of concentration. That's a momentum killer.
Rose against Rozier. He feeds it to Zeller. Baseline jumper. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got 9 assists now tonight. Pistons trail by 19. Here is Rose. There's the pass to Doumbouya. Back to Rose. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Galloway. There's the three. Detroit, no good that time either.
I can see he's pressing a little now, trying desperately to help them shrink this deficit.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions.
And it's Drummond missing.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Detroit's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. But they get it back.
And I just love how he's banging down low. His hard work will let them use some more of the clock here.
Lobbed up there for Drummond. It's deflected. Now, here's Bridges. Defense is right there. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Sekou Doumbouya. Steve, you know, there is some hostility we're finding between the media, some teams and players, the boycotting of certain journalists. Coach Steve Kerr said it's a dangerous situation. What's your view?
You know, I think it is from a standpoint of from a players and organizations with the media, but I think also the media, somebody's going to have to police those guys as well. We got to have it where we're both on the same team. You might not agree, but you got to be on the same team.
I agree. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
It's interesting. No free throw attempts for him in the first half. He's finally pushing the action and reaping the reward.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question. Toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Terry Rozier.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
Williams, he's checked in for Bridges. On defense, Charlotte.
Hey, right there.
Outside Rose. It's tipped, and the block shot turns into a shooting foul. So the defensive effort there a bit too much, as the officials will send him to the line, and he'll shoot some free throws. You know, Smitty, Commissioner Adam Silver has been outspoken in saying there will be a female NBA head coach, and he says it's on him to help it happen sooner than later. And Steve, we already see many women in various categories in the NBA all over the league right now.
So true, Kevin. I love the diversity, and it's much needed in our league. And I would say Adam Silver has done a great job of taking us in that direction.
And he makes the first. Rose hits them both.
Tough. He's just so hard to keep off the foul line when he pushes the action. I love his activity here in the second half.
Here's Rozier, and Griffin sends it back.
I love the defensive intensity from Blake Griffin on that play.
Rebound by Williams.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Rose against Rozier. Pass to Galloway. Pass to Griffin. Drummond trying to get himself free. Griffin can't get it to go in.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now, you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Steve, the G League is now offering select contracts worth $125,000. They want to attract prospects straight out of high school. What do you think of that?
You know, I like it, Kevin, and I think I'd love to see that number go up and up. And I like the opportunity for some of those guys to be able to go straight out of high school. It's good for some. It's bad for others. But I think you have to give those guys that opportunity.
First one falls for him. He's perfect from the line this time. Hornets leading by 22. Rozier, the pass to Monk. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Andre Drummond picks one up.
Two shots.
The first one falls. And so he hits both. Smitty, the NBA now permitting teams to sell international sponsorships. I mean, the league just continues to grow globally.
They have done a fantastic job. Teams can now enhance their visibility with this deal, and their internet makes this all possible when you get a chance to watch these teams all over the world.
Yeah, that's a good point. The pass to Rozier. In the corner, it's Monk. Good D by Drummond. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Pistons. Here's Rose. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Griffin's got 4 assists now tonight. Hornets leading by 22. Now Rozier. Pulls up. Shot by Zeller, no good. And for the Pistons, they're shooting around 29% from the floor. Tough night for them all around on the offensive end. Galloway, no good.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
It's deflected. Griffin with the steal. 3-on-3. Over Rozier. Here's Doumbouya. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why: lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
So for the Pistons, Makers checked in for Griffin. Brown comes in for Langston Galloway, and it's Frazier in for Derrick Rose.
One shot.
That's good from Doumbouya. 1:57 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Graham. Frazier covering from about 19 feet. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And stolen by Graham. Pass to Washington. And Makers sends it back.
Watching him protect the rim, you never guess Makers averaging less than 1 block a game for his career.
So for the Pistons, Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Maker. Langston Galloway comes in for Bruce Brown. And it's Rose in for Frazier. 1:33 left in the game. And it's Rozier missing. Pistons trailed by 21.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Hornets.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
Really a big-time win for these guys. They lost their first 2 games of the year to this team, so they won't be in danger of getting swept when they meet for the 4th time.
Rozier against Rose. Pass to Griffin. Back to Rose. 6 to shoot. Here's Drummond. And again, it's the Pistons missing. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator. Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
Rose kicks to Doumbouya. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
Nice pass by Derrick Rose, spotting a wide open guy from the corner of his eye.
Charlotte in total control. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Rozier, the pass to Williams. Over Doumbouya. Williams can't hit. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.